Om Namo Narayana, Jai Swami Narayana, Namaste, welcome back. Today we are finishing up just the last few verses of chapter 26, a description of the hellish planets, which brings us to the end of Canto 5. I will comment more upon that after I do the reading, but let's dive in. We start here with verse 33. Those who in this life are like envious serpents, always angry and giving pain to other living entities, fall after death in the hell known as Dandashuka. In this hell there are serpents with 5 or 7 hoods. These serpents eat such sinful persons just as snakes eat mice. Those who in this life confine other living entities in dark wells, granaries, or mountain caves are put after death into the hell known as Avata Nirodhana. There they themselves are pushed into dark wells, where poisonous fumes and smoke suffocate them, and they suffer very severely. A householder who receives guests or visitors with cruel glances, as if to burn them to ashes, is put into a hell called Paryavartana, where he is gazed at by hard-eyed vultures, herons, crows, and similar birds, which suddenly swoop down and pluck out his eyes with great force. One who in this world or in this life is very proud of his wealth, always thinks, I am so rich, who can equal me? His vision is twisted, and he is always afraid that someone will take his wealth. Indeed, he even suspects his superiors. His face and heart dry up at the thought of losing his wealth, and therefore he always looks like a wretched fiend. He is not in any way able to obtain actual happiness, and he does not know what it is to be free from anxiety. Because of the sinful things he does to earn money, augment his wealth, and protect it, he is put into the hell called Susimukha, where the officials of Yamaraja punish him by stitching thread through his entire body like weavers manufacturing clothes. In the province of Yamaraja there are hundreds and thousands of hellish planets. The impious people I have mentioned, and also those I have not mentioned, must all enter these various planets according to the degree of their impiety. Those who are pious, however, enter other planetary systems, namely the planets of the demigods. Nevertheless, both the pious and impious, after the results of their pious or impious acts are exhausted. I have already described how one can progress on the path of liberation. In the Puranas, the vast universe of existence, which is like an egg divided into 14 parts, is described. This vast form is considered the external body of the Lord, created by His energy and qualities. It is generally called the Virat Rupa. If one reads the description of this external form of the Lord with great faith, or if one hears about it, or explains it to others to propagate Bhagavata Dharma, or Krishna consciousness, his faith and devotion and spiritual consciousness, Krishna consciousness, will gradually increase. Although developing this consciousness is very difficult, by this process one can purify himself and gradually come to an awareness of the supreme absolute truth. One who is interested in liberation, one who accepts the path of liberation and is not attracted to the path of conditional life is called yati, or a devotee. Such a person should first control his mind by thinking of the Virat Rupa, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, and then gradually think of the spiritual form of Krishna, after hearing of both forms. Thus one's mind is fixed in samadhi. By devotional service one can then realize the spiritual form of the Lord, which is the destination of devotees. Thus his life becomes successful. My dear King, I have now described for you this planet Earth, other planetary systems, and their lands, rivers, and mountains. I have also described the sky, the oceans, the lower planetary systems, the directions, the hellish planetary systems, and the stars. These constitute the Virat Rupa, the gigantic material form of the Lord, on which all living entities repose. Thus I have explained the wonderful expanse of the external body of the Lord. Thus ends chapter 25, and thus ends Canto 5. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. In real time and in YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Spotify time, where you're seeing this video, things are very different. This video, I'm guessing will be going live in 2025. I don't know when you're watching it, and it may actually be later than that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go live in 2025. Obviously, it's not 2025 when I record this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It is June 7th? Yes. So I think that's what the calendar, I think June 7th, 2023. And I record these videos when I have the time to. So my girlfriend's not working today, and so I recorded a few. The last few that you saw, those readings, I have been recording. Got a little cold, so I added my hat, though, and I move around so the camera changes whenever. But I record them in clumps, and then I edit them and put them out. And I record multiple things at the same time. So right now, I'm actually also recording Book 2 of the Ramayana, and I'm halfway through the Upanishads. By the time you see this, though, I will probably have... Well, I absolutely will have finished the Ramayana, because that goes up first. And the Upanishad videos, some of them you will have seen, and some are being set even beyond this one. I started this channel in March, April of 2022. So here it is June. It's just slightly over a year old. I'm not too sure what month I started. It might have been like late March, beginning of April, though I actually started reading stuff a little bit earlier than that, so I can program stuff out and send it out. When I had YouTube channels in the past where I was doing stuff and on a schedule, it just became too much. It became overwhelming to always have to make a video, and I've got to make something for the next 3 weeks. So when I created this channel, I deliberately created it so I can record things, I can take a break if I need to, I can do whatever. It's not dependent upon current events, and I can just roll stuff out in the future. And also, sometimes I may not have time to record, so maybe next weekend I won't. Last weekend I didn't, actually. Last weekend I ran a marathon with my girlfriend. I ran a 25K and she ran an ultra. And then we were down on Sunday. I wasn't making any videos. And so that was like a few days where no videos were done. So I just compensate today. And, you know, maybe next week I will be busy and I won't make any videos. So it's sort of like that. I've created this channel like that. So to get to the point, I started reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, making these videos, oh goodness sakes, a year ago? I'm going to guess it was a year ago. A year ago, maybe June? Not too, I don't remember. So in a year, I've read the first 5 cantos. I could have read more, I could have recorded more, but I didn't want this channel to be only the Srimad Bhagavatam. I've wanted to bring out other things. Thus, that's why here I am, a year later, but yet you're not seeing the video for well beyond that, because I've wanted to include other things. But for me, it's been a year since I started reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, and this has been an amazing, amazing read. I am so glad I did this. It has been such a worthwhile endeavor, and I actually look forward to doing it again with a different translation. I have one right behind me. There's 2 books here that is a more prose form that was given to me, and I look forward to reading that and comparing that, because at times it does get complicated and confusing and whatever. This has been an amazing, amazing journey, and I hope you have enjoyed this journey, even though it's been slower for you than it has been for me since I've slowed the videos down and broken them up. I hope you have found value from this. Let's see, one more comment I want to say before I bring this chapter to a literal close. Because I record my videos a long time in advance, I found after some months of doing this YouTube channel, December 2022 actually, that I was frustrated because I like to talk, but I sometimes can't talk about things that are going on in the world, because by the time you see this video, that thing may be well forgotten. So as I'm recording this video in 2023, here in America, we've already had an array of presidential candidates who have got into line to see who will come after Biden. Maybe it will be Biden, maybe it will be Trump or DeSantis or Vivek Swami, who I like. By the time you see this video, the election would have passed. So if I talked about in this video, well, you know, gosh, I really like Vivek and I hope he becomes president for whatever reason, by the time you see this, it would sound so outdated And actually, maybe he might have faded away. You may not even know who he is. It became frustrating to me that I couldn't talk about anything particular in time. So that's why I created the live show that I have been doing, that you will find here, to allow me to just talk about current events, to allow me to go beyond the scriptures and talk about things that aren't based on what we just read, and to just look at the big picture of religion overall. That's how that got started, was because of the weird time thing happening on this. And the fact is, I'm recording this in 2022. You're not seeing it till 2025. I have no idea what the world's going to look like. I hope I'm still making videos. Hope there's still a world. Actually, if there isn't, you won't be seeing this. I don't know. Maybe the channel will have blossomed or done things or changes. Who knows what will happen. In 2 days from now, when the next video goes out, it will be chapter 6. We're going right into the next chapter. I just decided to do 5 and 6 back to back. I forget what I have programmed out after that. I chart this show out long in advance. I do have something good on the horizon, though. Something I've talked about, but I won't tell that to you. I'll leave that to you till after chapter 6, and you can find out what's next. It's a little, I guess what we could call it, today's thoughts are not exactly inside the actor's studio, but behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. So with that, I'm going to say thank you. Sincerely, thank you for watching. You can support this channel. Links down below to things I do. You can reach out, comment. Feel free to email me. Like, subscribe, support in any way you want. All that good stuff, as we know. You can catch this channel on other platforms. Canto 5. It's been a really interesting read. Thank you for being a part of this. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Swami Narayan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I will see you in chapter 6.